building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. The ball on the tee, we're set for football, and we are underway from FedEx Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. First down, Howell to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. 3rd and 2. Here's Howell. Able to connect with Dotson. On the move past the 40. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
On the double.
Throwing on first down is Lance. Drops it off for Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Lance on the bootleg. That's out to Chubb, complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down.
These two teams met in our nation's capital earlier this season with the Commanders picking up the win at FedEx Field. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep.
Ready?
2nd and 5.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
This defense for the Commanders, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he will have a Cowboys first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. But they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Lance now on first down.
And he's got Ezekiel out. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retained possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Lance. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
Now Elliott. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Chubb going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
Calling no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. Moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Ready, set.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Lance now to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott from 8 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. And Johnson's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. A short kick taken at the 18. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And some room to maneuver. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
Out left to Dotson.
So nothing doing there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Second down, Hal back to pass.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown.
Terry McLaurin
With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Commanders have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want, and other times the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And Lance going to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Frazier. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Ready?
Chubb on the counter. And some room to work. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. When the guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Ready?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
38. Hey, check mega.
They go up the middle with Chubb.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
It's 36. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line.
A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here's Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
Brandon Ayuk.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Powell's throw complete to Dotson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up.
Ready.
Lance now on first down.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Throwing again on second down. Lance. And incomplete on the deep ball. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 4.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
Working from the gun, Lance. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
On first down, Lance.
He's got his man. It's Gallup. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Lance looks to throw again.
He finds his man, complete. It's Frazier. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
To throw again on second down.
Lance. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
To throw, it's Lance. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on fourth down, may as well make him punt it. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. These offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And got his man complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance travel or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it. But he sure made it look easy there.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And that throw traveling an even 64 yards in the air.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Lance to throw it.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Frazier.
And the Cowboys are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Ready.
Throwing now is Lance. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 2 now, second and goal. In motion left, the tight end. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score.
Trey Lance
scoring on the 2-yard keeper.
And the Cowboys have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And that gives him a 3-point lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Howell completing the quick throw out wide.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Howell throwing on 1st down here. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Howell.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Lance looking to throw it.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Now Lance. Open man Lamb. It's complete.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Final minute now of the third quarter. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott.
And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
They run again on first down, Chubb. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
A throw over the middle, taken in.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Play action. Now it's Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Brandon Ayuk
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys answered back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And that gives them a 3-point lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. On first down, Howell.
Flushed out right. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Howell
to the air on 1st and 10.
And he will go down a Cowboys sack.
Micah Parsons. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Ross on the return.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Here we go.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Off of play action, and here's Lance.
He finds his man, complete. That's Frazier.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down.
He finds his man, complete. It's Frazier.
And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth.
So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here we go. Here we go.
Lance back to throw. He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Here's Lance.
That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though.